to share our thoughts on this very important subject. It's true what Senator Mungatana has alluded to, that in many counties today, county governments perceive civil society as an enemy. And all we do is to play our role. As civil society, as NGOs, as CBOs, as social justice centers, we have a responsibility to hold those in power accountable. And that responsibility has even become more pronounced, especially when traditional institutions that are meant to also support in holding leaders accountable are not doing that anymore. From the grassroots to the national level, we are seeing institutions eroding their public trust. And as civil society, we've continued, number one, not just to hold those accountable to book, but also those who are supposed to supervise to also do the same. So even as we speak, we know the responsibilities of the Senate. The Senate has a duty to ensure accountability, as the Senator has alluded to, the secondary responsibility. We hold the opposition also to account because they also have a duty. And when you're a party in opposition and then you decide to go to bed with the government of the day, you are diluting your responsibility as an opposition party. So we also have to hold those institutions accountable. And for me, I think when we adopted the new constitution in 2010, devolution was a promise that everyone had so much hopes in. Unfortunately, and as we make reference to the Auditor General's report, you will find that that promise has somehow turned into plunder. Every other day, every year, you hear of mismanagement of resources, ghost workers, unaccounted or unsupported expenditure. And this is something that as civil society, we are very, very worried about. And we feel that devolution can play a bigger and better role than what we are seeing currently. County governments have the primary mandate to deliver on Article 43 of the Constitution, socio-economic rights. This new Constitution made the right to healthcare. Gave us the healthcare as a right to food, right to clean water, and all these things. And these are supposed to be delivered primarily by the county governments. That's why for us, we are very much, zeroing down on county governments because the promise was with those county governments. And when we see in the streets, dilapidated infrastructure, we are not seeing the promises that were made, then we get extremely, extremely frustrated. And it's not just civil society, it's the population out there. Many people feel that, county governments are not delivering on their mandates. Every time you go to county governments, the services are never there. You find that county governments mainly divert resources either to governors' homes, to county executives. It becomes a pool or a party for a few to benefit from the county government resources. But the larger population remains unserviced or, not truly getting the fruits of devolution. So we feel that, time has come for us to consider restructuring the devolution structure that we have in this country. It is our firm belief that we over-devolved. 47 is, economically unsustainable, politically not viable, and it's about time we have use the experience, 15 years of experience, to review the devolution structure that we have so that we can then put into account our experiences to make sure that we are able to do that. And as I conclude, one very clear proposal that we are making is to reduce the number of devolved units. 47 is just too much. We need to reconsider that, either halving it at most, or maybe even having a minimum of 8, so that we can have more resources dedicated to service delivery, as opposed to paying 47 governors, paying 47 county assemblies, and all this, all those resources can be better channeled to provide services to the common mwananchi.
Great, thank you very much. I think one of the things you've highlighted is after 15 years, we need to come back and ask ourselves, how is it working? Now, I want to turn to another oversight agency, and this is NGEK, and ask, how would we translate this to national values? Because the ideal would be if good practice became norm and became a national value. You did a study not so long ago on national values and how counties are actually implementing that. Would you please speak to it very, very quickly?
Thank you, Jackie. Allow me to appreciate the panel. Unlike yesterday, it is a very inclusive panel. We have a 50-50 representation. As a commission, we were very concerned yesterday that out of all the speakers, we only had 2 female. That is, the first session had only Senator Muma